Similar to how last year I thought that the big trend was going to be Bitcoin in 2024, I would say that the big trend in 25 is stablecoin usage. I think we're going to finally attack the duopoly of Visa and MasterCard. I think you're going to see.
I want to share with you this chart. We are here. And while past performance does not guarantee future results, Bitcoin historically has 4 stages, also known as the 4-year cycle, with the most explosive price action to the upside in that 4th year.
People would say that Bitcoin will likely end the year somewhere north of 150K, possibly over 200K.
Now, the reason we can make these projections with Bitcoin that we cannot make with corn or wheat or Apple stock is because of Bitcoin's fixed supply. More info on how supply affects price, highly encourage you to watch this video from the other day, my 2025 Bitcoin price prediction, linked down below. But the supply constriction of the Bitcoin halving, which we saw about 9 months ago, tends to lead to price volatility to the upside. And this is just based on demand staying the same. Demand for Bitcoin's actually increasing.
If the strategic Bitcoin reserve happens, then lots of other countries are going to follow suit, which all of a sudden means somebody has to acquire that Bitcoin somewhere, because the little amount of Bitcoin that's mined every month is certainly not going to have, give people what they need. So you're going to see price increases there. The ETFs, continue to vacuum up Bitcoin on a regular basis. They now have, over 1 million Bitcoin amongst them all, I think, which is huge. You've got essentially 5% of all Bitcoin sitting in US ETFs, something that didn't exist a year ago.
And billionaire investor Chamath Palihapitiya is actually signaling that 2025 will be the year for Ethereum. It's so obvious.
If it's obvious for me, it's obvious for everybody else.
Right now, the stablecoin market is primarily on Ethereum. Ethereum is primed if we get pro-stablecoin regulation. And I'll share with you this full clip, but most other channels won't share this with you. I will. That's why you subscribe to Altcoin Daily. That 2025, because of how fast and how much we actually front ran this 4th year, we went up in 2024. Some experts are starting to speculate that 2025 may be the closest to what we saw in 2013, because you'll notice in 2012, the year before, Bitcoin also had a huge rally in anticipation, like now. And what happened after that? Well, we actually had a lot of sideways action for the first quarter of the year, and even some negative price action, just to cool off from that previous year. But then, of course, supply constriction and increasing demand only led in one direction. I would not be surprised if we rallied into the US presidential inauguration. Maybe Donald Trump then does sign an executive action in that first week, will form the stockpile, or maybe he frees Ross Ulbricht, any little sign to say he's still positive on Bitcoin. He will fulfill his promises. Maybe a price rally into that event in January, and then maybe a cool off for 2-3 months. Don't invest anything into Bitcoin you are not willing to hold. Again, Altcoin Daily will share with you the full picture. Most other channels won't. But here's why Chamath is now predicting that networks like Ethereum will do well. This is a 2-minute clip. Let's play it, then react.
I think the biggest business winner of 2025 are going to be dollar-denominated stablecoins. I'll make 2 points. In 2024, 2 critical things happened. The first is that stablecoins essentially became uncoupled from crypto volatility, and it started to be used for wholesale useful functions in running businesses. And there's an image here that starts to show that. So independent of crypto volatility, what you saw were stablecoin usage just rising up and to the right. That's an incredibly important decoupling that happened in 2024. The second, and this data is still just trickling in, but it's an incredible stat. Stablecoin usage at the end of the second quarter of 2024 was about 1.1 billion transactions that summed to $8.5 trillion of transaction volume. If you compare that to Visa over the same period, it was more than double Visa's transaction volume. So I think what we have now is something that has fundamentally crossed a point of no return. Similar to how last year I thought that the big trend was going to be Bitcoin in 2024, I would say that the big trend in 25 is stablecoin usage. I think we're going to finally attack the duopoly of Visa and MasterCard. I think you're going to see an innumerable number of use cases that sit and use stablecoin rails. I think when Donald Trump becomes president, I think you're going to see him go after incredibly high credit card transactions and costs. You're already seeing cracks in consumer credit anyways because of these high APRs. All of this stuff is going to come to a head in 2025, I think. And I think stablecoins could quadruple or quintuple by the end of 25.
So Ethereum is primed to do really well, but I also think in 2025, Ethereum will do well, but we will also see Ethereum's dominance in stablecoins go down. I think Tron's dominance in stablecoins will go down because this is sort of the outside of the US non-compliant stablecoin usage. But Ethereum will go down because we have L2s. We also have Solana. And breaking news, Solana is now quantum resistant per Solana devs. And it's not the full chain, it's not the full network, it's just opt-in. The Solana Winter Nits Vault is optional, meaning Solana users will need to choose to store their funds in the Winter Nits Vaults to be quantum proof. By the way, you found out this information first if you follow us on X, link down below. But here's the source. Quantum resistance has been achieved internally through Winter Nits Vault. What this means to you if you hold Solana, the Solana quantum resistant feature is currently available as an optional addition, not a network-wide security upgrade. This means that Solana users must choose to store their funds in the Winter Nits Vaults rather than the regular Solana wallets to ensure their assets are protected against potential quantum threats. Also, MEDUSA, which is an Ethereum L2, just tweeted this, retweeted I should say. Final countdown, win a share of $100,000 in MEDUSA. This is their meme coin. Only 3 days left to join the Interact and MEDUSA campaign. Complete the quests by January 6th. Earn a chance to win a share of $100,000 in MEDUSA at TGE price. And this coin could go to zero. This coin could be the next SHIB, the SHIB of MEDUSA. But the big reason I want to share this with you is, number one, I do hold MEDUSA, so I want MEDUSA to do well. But two, this is free. Anybody that wants free tokens, I will link this down below. Just simple tasks to complete to enter for a chance to win. And breaking news for SWI. SWI's total value locked has just soared past $1.8 billion, $1.9 billion, and now sits above $2 billion. What a way to start the year. Also pretty cool milestone for Paid, which is a launch pad, which I'm an advisor for. When you know, you know. Remember PathDAO's launch on Paid? Well, that's now Virtual's IO, Virtual, and they've been crushing it. Virtual is a project with an over $4 billion market cap, up over 260% in the last month, hundreds of thousands of holders, and anybody that got in through Paid has had a return of 338x. Again, just cool to see the growth, good to shout out the wins. I know there'll be other launches this year. They could do nothing, or they could do something. Just something to keep on the radar. If you've made it this far in today's video, hit the like button to support me. Like always, see you tomorrow.